all, I'm Cassandra, your 30-something, beauty-loving, normal gal, making videos for those of us over the age of 30 watching stuff here on YouTube. And today is my first collab. This is a full face, under $40 collab that I am doing with Stephanie Marie, which is super exciting. Like, can't believe she said yes. Okay, so if for some reason you don't know who Stephanie is, she is a beauty YouTuber here on YouTube. She's over 40. That's kind of her side, is she's over 40. And I found her channel a long time ago and she has just had like exponential growth. She's been killing it here. But I love her because she also, similar to how I mean this as a compliment, she also is doing everyday makeup. Like us just going to work and what we'd want to do to look our best that day. And so that's why I kind of gravitated towards her channel, because in the sea of people doing like crazy bronzers and stuff, I looked at her and went, yep, she's on the same path I am of, I just want to educate people on things they will actually wear day to day in their normal lives. And so super excited to do this collab with her so we could give you some budget-friendly full faces under $40. And y'all, we have had a time with this. Like, first it was, let's do a full face under like 25. And then we started doing the math and realized that's not gonna happen. And that was like, okay, let's do it under 30, 35. Okay, no. Let's do it under 40. So here is why it's under 40, is because we both started looking around and I think we wanted to do this in a very realistic way. We wanted to do makeup that you would actually buy, that you would actually use. Like, yes, we could have both gone to the dollar store and bought a full face and then gone, oh, this is terrible, I would never wear any of this again, or it all smells like chemicals and I would never put this on my face. And so that's why the price kept getting raised, and that's why it's under a realistic 40, because it's products that seem reasonable that we wanted to try out. And I don't know what she ended up going with, but we had talked about price range and like to do this with some things that are actually in a decent price range, like in a budget-friendly price range, but still stuff you'd want to use. We had to push it a little bit. So that is why it's at 40. I still have some $2, I have quite a few $2 products in here. And then the other reason was because we wanted to do a full face. So like, yeah, I could have done $20 and put on a foundation, a blush, a single eyeshadow and some mascara and been like $20. But you are gonna see a lot of categories being used. So when we get into the tutorial, you will see it being used. This is the final product. I'm filming this at the end. Overall, I'm pretty happy. There's one part that kind of screwed things up. You will see it in the tutorial. So link to Stephanie's video will be in the description box below, because of course you should go check that one out too. I can't wait to go see, like, what did she use? What do I need to try? And this was really fun because it gave me an excuse to go get a couple products that I've been like, I'm curious, but I don't need it. I'm curious, but I don't need it. Like, no. So I ran out. I don't think I said it in the tutorial. I will let you know. The second we decided this, I ran out and bought the foundation immediately. I was like, well, that's the foundation I'm using. I've been dying to try it. Now's my chance. So that is everything I feel like saying. Let's get into the tutorial and then you'll hear more of my thoughts on the other end. Okay, so Teddy is in the room playing with a toy. We're gonna attempt this with him here. Yesterday I tried this whole video and it didn't go so well with him or the makeup. So, starting with that. I did have the Wet n Wild primer and it made a mess of my face. I actually tried it twice. I tried it with like my skincare, and then it like got gloppy and it would pull things away. So I thought, okay, well, it just doesn't play well with a product. So then I went and washed everything off and tried again. And it still didn't work. And I totally thought, since I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, I thought it's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus primer. Surely these things should all work together. They did not. So now we are just starting with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus in soft beige. This cost $4.69. Fun fact, this is bottle number 2 because I bought way too light a one. If I had kept the video I made yesterday, oh, this is so much better of a color. I looked like a ghost. It looked insane. So, and it made me hate the product because it just made it feel like, no, this product isn't working at all. So I'm going in, this is item number 1. This cost $4.69. I'm going in with this first. No primer. I do have all my skincare on, which I think sometimes that alone like can make a really nice base. And I'm so happy I found a better color for me. Okay, now that I'm seeing this foundation in the right color, I would actually use it. However, I am noticing I need to use a lot. It kind of has a smell too. Not a perfumey smell, like a slight turpentine smell. Like this is, it's making me question what I'm putting on my face. But it is not getting all gloppy like yesterday. So that is a good start. Okay, so it did pull a little of my makeup, but it is not like what I tried yesterday. So because I didn't use primer, that gave me a little money to add a couple other things that I'm excited about that we'll get to in a little bit. But next up is a product I already had, which is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer, which I love. And this is maybe, now this is like one shade too light. But we're gonna make it work, and something I'm using later will help to even this out. I'm really interested to see how Stephanie went about this, because this could have been done quite a few ways. Like, I actually have some ideas now of how I might do this again. But I think we both talked about the idea of we wanted to do stuff that you could actually find, and we wanted products that were actually good. Like, we could have gone to the dollar store and bought a bunch of dollar store products and said, yeah, you can do a full face for under $20, $25. But would it be makeup you'd actually want to wear, or would it be makeup I'd even endorse wearing? Like, probably not. Hence why I even changed this from yesterday, because that primer was terrible. Okay, so that was a little too light on my face. I'm gonna see if I can build up the foundation, kind of use that in a couple spots. I've got this acne issue going on. I'm not quite sure. It's got to be a product. Something's making it, making my skin angry. Okay, so base is on. I am next going to use, this is new, this is e.l.f. eye primer. It's $2. Oh, by the way, this was, I think, $5 or another $4.69. For some reason, a lot of drugstore products are $4.69. This is $2 whole dollars. And I used this yesterday for the first time. I have some thoughts, but I want to try it again today before I tell you what those are. And then for cheek, I believe this is relatively new, but of course the packaging literally says nothing on it, so I had to keep the box. This is e.l.f. Cheeky Glow in Soft Rose. It's infused with argan oil and vitamin E. Now this is a test too, because this also like pulled yesterday. So we'll see. It didn't play well with foundation. It lifted everything. I don't know why my monitor keeps doing that, but it keeps pulling to something back there instead of me. So I really hope the first half of this video wasn't blurry for you. So this blush is $4. It's huge, and I do think it's a really nice soft glow that I might have pulled too far down my cheek, but that is okay. So next product, this is Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder. This one takes little work. I did it with a brush yesterday. I'm gonna do it with a little, you know, velour puff today and really work it in. Now, I think from what I read online, this will give flashback, but I just wanted to try something. I don't know. It looked interesting. I really wanted to try the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder because like Jessica Braun raves about that. But I couldn't figure out, they're all colored and I couldn't figure out what color I'd be okay with. Though this white is definitely like, it's making me look lighter. Like I can fully tell that this would have flashback because it's white. It's not invisible. It's white. So don't know if I'd use this again. It is pulling product too. So it's pulling right here. It's lifting everything and like clumping it up. So I'm not thrilled about that. Now, maybe the next product will help us. So just a little background on the next product. Because I didn't do primer, I had a little extra money. And I love the e.l.f. Illuminating Palette. If you didn't know, this is a dupe for Hourglass, like finishing powders, like all the illuminating powders. Even though they look nothing alike, they are totally dupes. This is $8, I believe. Oddly, the one that's in the nicer packaging, the total fit, except for all my fingerprints, the total face, which looks similar, I do not like. So I'm like, okay, the ones that come in the black packaging I like. So I saw yesterday this one, which is the e.l.f. Contour Palette. So I want to see how this goes. I have not tried this yet. This is literally a test. This might be a disaster. I'm gonna try on my hand first to see which powder I should use, because this looks a little too orangey, but that looks too dark. So I'm going with the orangier one. You know, you gotta make choices. And this is in light to medium. It acted like there were two different ones, but the other one had no color preference. It's like they made one that was just everybody, and then they added in this light to medium one. It's a little orangey, but it's doing the job. I will not be using that Essence powder again. No, no, no. This though is doing okay. Trying to find the right brush. Since it comes with the lighter powders, I am gonna take this kind of like fake banana powder and put it under my eye. So, okay, that turned clumpy too. This is not playing well. That powder is not playing well with things. Now I'm kind of bummed. I feel like I should have just gone in with their powders over everything. Oh, that turned me real white there. It looks real white on camera. It does not look real white in person. The problem in person is that it's looking really dry and clumping. So that's not the greatest. So I think this is supposed to be a highlight. So we'll put it down the nose. Try on the cheek, since I shouldn't have put it under my eye. I don't know. We'll see how you know. This is all experiment. Okay, so I would try this again. I would just do it with a different powder. And that cheek color is my only cheek. I'm not doing a powder one on top. So that is it for that. Then let's go to eyes. Eyes, I am trying this new e.l.f. brow pencil. This was $2. Now, I literally do not have $1 left to my name. If I did, okay, if I had $1 more, I would buy the e.l.f. Brow Duo. That's a powder and a gel, and I just use the powder side. But I didn't have $1. So this is in taupe. I think it might still be too dark for me. It actually is like my color. It's just filling in my brows. They look so dark. Okay, that actually goes on really nicely. And it twists, so I'm going to twist it back down so I don't mess it up. And then it does come with the little spoolie end, so I'm going to kind of fluff it back out. No gel or anything. I don't have the money. Okay, so now eyes. I am going in with the Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air. This is their Modern Renaissance dupe. I played with this again yesterday too, and it's a nice palette. It's $4.69. I could have done this even cheaper. I do have the Wet n Wild like under $3 palettes. I can't use both or else then I'm over. But I do like this palette. So, and I haven't used it that much, so that's why I didn't go buy something new. I thought we'll just play with this. So I'm gonna take the transition shade now. Pull that in my crease. But yeah, there are a lot of ways this video could have been done. Like, I could have done a cost per item and used something like that I got on sale at Sephora. Could have done like a discount Christmas set, you know, or like all these items went on clearance. So I'm just curious to see how Stephanie does it too. Okay, so my one thing with this primer, because it's happening again, is it does make eyeshadow stick, this eyeshadow primer from e.l.f. It makes it stick so well that it gets a little hard to blend. So that's just a, you know, a tiny frustration. Tiny frustration. So I'm going to take the, you know, grayish toned purple and go right in the corner. And then I am going to take this gold and put it all over the lid. And I have done this one with the little MAC Fix Plus too, and it gets really intense, which is nice. Then I do not have an eyeliner, so I'm going to take two different brushes. First, my Sephora just kind of flat angled brush, and go into this dark shade and put it right along my lash line. And I got some under my eye, and because it's all dry, it's just sticking straight to it. Okay, and then that Stila flat tip brush that I'm obsessed with, that I don't think they make anymore. I have to find a dupe for this. I'm just gonna place it right at my lash line. Okay, and now I decided to try the Essence Lash Princess, but I think I bought the wrong one. Is it only the purple that's good? Because this is the volume. The purple didn't make sense to me. Like, whatever it was called. I was like, I don't get it. This is the volume. One issue I have is all of these come just like this at Ulta. There's no seal around them, anything. So I'm like, if I get a staph infection, it's Ulta's fault. Like, this is risky. And this was not as cheap as I thought it was. This is $5. Like, people talked about it like, oh my gosh, the cheapest mascara ever. It's like $1. No, it's not. It's $5. So I'm going to put this on because watching someone put on mascara is not interesting. And then I'll come back. Okay, so last steps. I am using an e.l.f. Matte lip pencil in Tea Rose. This is $3. And then my little, I call this my bonus item. The e.l.f. lip lacquer is $2. I just thought, I don't want it to be matte, but I love this color. And I also want to see if it's a dupe for a high-end product, but we'll try that after. So it's a little more purple than pink that I thought it would be. I thought it'd be a little more like pinky mauve. And I did take this yesterday too. This lip lacquer is fine. It's just got such a thick tip for the top that you don't get that much out. And I guess it depends on the kind of shine you want. I want like a lip gloss shine. And so you almost have to place it or go over it a lot. It's pulling barely anything out. So that is it. So that is my full face. Let's talk dupe for a second. Now, when I got this, it reminds me a lot of the Bite Matte Cream Lip Crayon in Glacé, which was the gift, the birthday gift at Sephora last year. And so this is what I have of that. Let me put both on my hand. Yeah, that one's definitely dark. Wow, that one's so much smoother. But I feel like, yeah, they're not the same color. I definitely like that better. But this style for $3 is definitely a dupe of this Bite one. That's got to be at least 20, right? So here are my final thoughts. I love this concealer. Now that I found the right color in this primer, I like it. I think the eye base, I mean not primer, sorry. Now that I found my foundation color, I like this. I will actually wear this. This is my perfect color right now. As we've already discussed, this is horrible. This is trash. Like, I'm getting rid of it. In fact, in the trash right now. So that one's out. This is nice. This e.l.f. glow is nice. The mascara, it's okay. I don't quite get what everyone's raving about, but it's good. It's fine. The Wet n Wild set is good. Like, this is a good palette. This e.l.f. contour palette, I think you have to make sure these fit your skin tone, but they're fine. I would be interested. I'm gonna play with this darker one and see, like, they're very soft. See, like, can you blend it out that it just turns into a nice shadow, or does it stay a little too strong? I'm curious to play with that more. This is making me think I could do a full face of e.l.f., but I don't have a foundation in it. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else. This brow pencil, pretty decent. Like, I'm actually kind of loving that. I think the one product I hated was that powder. The other one I hated was that primer, and that's why it's not even in the video. I took that and used my money to do this instead. So overall, interesting. The other thing that was interesting is kind of what I talked about before. Things are really going up in price. Like, I was kind of shocked by how much some stuff is starting to cost. There were things that I thought, oh, I want to use something from Flower Beauty because everyone says Flower Beauty is good. Blushes are $10. Like, what? If things aren't on sale, it's just a lot. So all of this was bought pretty much full price, except for like the Target 5% red card, which is just enough that got me under 40. I'm interested in doing this again and doing it kind of differently. I have some thoughts on some other ways I could go about it. So I might try this again, but like I said, this is a collab with Stephanie Marie, so I will link to her video in the description box below. All the products used will be in the description box. I feel like this was a fun first collab, so that's exciting. But be sure to go check out her video if you came from her channel. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you know when new videos come out. And as always at the end, right now you should be getting suggestions of other videos I think you'd like, so please keep watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!